McQuarrie has been around Formula Drift for a decade. As an owner driver, the Californian is the perfect man to give us an insight into the origins of top-level drifting and the status it has claimed in motorsport today.
Drifting started about 30 years ago in Japan, and it was simply just guys out driving their cars hard on mountain roads, and through the years it's become a competition. And in 2004, that's when Formula D was first formed, and that's the first time competition drifting came over to the US, and from then on it's just grown into this massive sport it is today. I think Formula D and drifting has become such a big sport simply because the fans can relate to our cars. All the cars you see out here, all the products we use, all the parts we use are cars that they can go buy and put on their own car. From the tires, from turbos, from engines, oil, everything is what they can go buy. And so they can come by and look at my car and be like, oh man, my Camaro looks just like that. And I think they can relate to that. And then also I think something with drifting, everyone at some point in their life has tried to do a burnout, tried to drift on some level, and then they come out and watch us and the speeds that we're going, and it's pretty impressive. You have these cars and we're out there just logging them and getting everything out of them and then some. It's fun to watch because it looks like total anarchy when it's out there, but it's very controlled when you're in the car.
McQuarrie has been in motorsport since he was a 14-year-old kart racer and has competed in the top level of a range of disciplines. With his natural talent behind the wheel of a variety of race cars, it seems McQuarrie was born to drift.
I was racing in the American Le Mans Series back in 01, 02, and my tire sponsor at the time was hosting a little drift event and said, hey, you want to try it? And I jumped in the car and I just took to it, man. It was like medication to me, and I've been hooked ever since. Racing and drifting is my passion, absolutely. I went back to my parents' house in my old room not too long ago and found this piece of paper from the first grade. It says, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it says, race car driver. It's all I've ever wanted to do.
Formula Drift is regarded as the top level of the sport. Having been involved since the early days, McQuarrie is ideally placed to explain its complexities to the uninitiated.
Drifting is a judge sport, where we have these cars with just massive amounts of horsepower, and our goal is to go out and overdrive the car. And we're judged basically on how well we overdrive that car, and we have criteria within the judging format: speed, angle, we have clipping points we need to hit, and with that we get a score. You have 2 runs to qualify, and your run is about 35 seconds long, and you have very specific marks that you need to get right next to you. And so it's a game of inches. If you're 6 or 7 inches off one of those marks, your score is going to suffer from it. So there's a lot of pressure going in there on those 2 laps. After you get that score, you're paired up with another driver in a 32 ladder. The top 32 ladder, and you basically go against that person, and your goal is to have proximity when following. Whoever has the best proximity and mirroring that car in front of them gets the win. You're at the start line, you're running through your head the run you're about to do, and it's all about anticipation. Anticipate every move that you're going to do and where you want to place the car, and really trying to imagine and focus on making that car go where you want. So it's a game of anticipation with some reaction, and you're out there just totally focused and taking the car and wringing the neck of it. It's awesome, and there's nothing better to go out there and burn off a set of tires.